Test 1 2 1 2, testing 1 2. After a promising start to the Midland League campaign, the Red and Greens of Coventry United look to make it 2 in a row as they rock up on one of the division's finest venues, the Loughborough University Stadium. Terry Anderson's men will be full of confidence after dismantling Bodmere St Michael's at the weekend. Can they do the same to a Loughborough student side who have lost 2 consecutive competitive matches? Whatever happens, you can be sure to hear it all right here on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. Welcome one and all to the beautiful Loughborough University Stadium, £3 million worth of footballing facility, and you will get no complaints from me for saying that this is one of the best modern venues in England. At this level, you'd be hard-pressed to find anywhere better than this. Maybe apart from the Butts Park Arena, but this is definitely one of the better grounds in the league, and we are here for what hopefully is going to be just as competitive match as it was on Saturday against Bodmere St Michael's, as Coventry United take on Loughborough students. Last time the Red and Greens were here, of course, it was a successful trip for them. I believe it was a 3-1 victory for United against a second-string Loughborough side. Let's hope the Red and Greens can continue their impressive start to the Midland League division, Premier Division season, I should say. If you do enjoy today's coverage here on CUTV, don't forget to hit the like button on the YouTube video, share it with your friends, comment below and subscribe to us on YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter at Coventry United TV. Let us know what you think about the coverage and anything you want to say on the match. You can also get in touch with our Man of the Match competition there as well. It's going to be a fantastic afternoon, well evening I should say, of football. It's our first night game of the season. We do love a nice night game underneath the floodlights here on CUTV. We're going to be getting underway in around 10 minutes time. Before that though, we can bring you the starting lineups for both sides, kicking off, of course, as we always do, with the mighty Red and Greens of Coventry United. Starting for United today, number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2, Jeff Woodward. 3, Lewis Hudson. 4, Gift Musa. Number 5, Kyle Barnett. 6, Jamie Coleman. Number 7, Lewis Rankin. 8, Chris Cox. Number 9, Mitch Piggin. 10, Craig Reed. And 11, Josh O'Grady. So it's an unchanged starting lineup for the Red and Greens today. I can confirm that a new signing is present for Coventry United. While saying new signing, he has been with the club for a number of weeks on trial. The deal has now been done, so we'd like to give a big Coventry United welcome to number 12, Dominic Elaney, who could make his competitive debut for the Red and Greens today. Also on the bench, number 13, Ashmal Horta. 14, Tommy Glasgow. 15, Rob Prinzel. And 16, Courtney Cameron. For the Loughborough students tonight, number 1, James Stallen. Number 2, Oliver Davis. 3, the captain, Alex Dinsmore. Number 4, Jacob Crowd. 5, Charlie Lewis. 6, Luke Moran. 7, Joe Bocci. 8, James Daly. Number 9, Cameron Gordon. 10, Max Bardsley Rowe. And 11, Tobias Oro Mularan. I hope I've got that right. I probably haven't. And on the bench for the students, number 12, Alex Johnson. Number 14, Thomas Simeonzuk. I hope, again, I've got that right. I probably haven't. Number 15, Harry Lark. 16, Don Bolton. And 17, Jake Clark. So those are the starting lineups and benches for today's match between Loughborough students and Coventry United. Now, Loughborough have enjoyed a difficult start to the season, losing their opening 2 games in League and Cup. A 2-1 loss at Staveley in the FA Cup was followed up with a 3-0 defeat at Coleshill Town on the opening day of the Midland League season. The students survived by the skin of their teeth last season as they finished 18th, just 2 places above relegated Walsall Wood. Their top scorer, Andy Bridges, will remain with Loughborough after scoring 18 goals in all competitions last season. But Conor O'Keefe, is he still here? We don't know. He is still attending uni at Loughborough, but he's not been announced as a students player for this season. He's not in the squad today, so the star performer of both matches against Loughborough students last season, Conor O'Keefe, is not going to play any part for the students today, possibly not even this season, we don't know, we haven't heard. But in terms of United, well, they opened their league campaign in impressive fashion as the new historic partnership of Mitch Piggin and Craig Reed helped the Red and Greens to a 4-2 triumph at Bodmere St Michael's with a goal each. Josh O'Grady and Chris Cox also found the nets as United raced into a 4-0 lead before a Mike's rally brought it back to 4-2 before the end. And also, a little nugget of information for you here, Saturday's victory was Coventry United's first ever away win in a competitive match on a fully artificial pitch. They have won on artificial pitches with grass, so hybrid pitches. They have won on hybrid pitches before, but they have never won a competitive fixture on a 3G or 4G pitch. That was all put to bed yesterday as Coventry United were 4-2 winners against Boldmere St Michael's. We have got a little bit of good news for you, by the way, from Boldmere St Michael's. No, it's not that Alan is here, unfortunately. I wouldn't say that's good news. But I can tell you, we just got an update from Boldmere St Michael's. Some of you will remember that Joe Ling suffered a pretty nasty injury on Saturday. He was taken off the pitch and taken away in an ambulance during the match. A lot of people feared that he'd actually broken his leg, but thankfully we can confirm, according to Boldmere St Michael's, Joe Ling did not suffer a break to his leg. He's beginning rehab soon, and he has even started to put light pressure back on his leg. So I'd like to wish the very best to Joe Ling in his recovery from injury. We hope to see him take on United a little bit later on in the season at the Butts Park Arena, which isn't that far away. Talking of the Butts Park Arena, we're not going to be away from there too long, but before that we have got a massive match on Saturday the 26th of August. Well, it's a big weekend really, 3 games in 3 days here on Coventry United TV, starting with Westfields. That's over at Alpay Park in Hereford, Saturday the 26th of August in the Midland League Premier Division. That's a 3 o'clock kickoff. The next the next day we have got a women's match, but we'll be beginning our coverage of exclusive Coventry United Ladies Football Club matches right here on CUTV this Sunday on the 19th of August. That's an away match against Swindon Town. I believe it's at Barrington Park. So the first match of our ladies coverage will be on Sunday, 19th of August. There'll then also be a women's match next weekend. We haven't checked who that is, so I have to get that a little bit later on. But then the massive match, Worcester versus Coventry United. That's at the Butts Park Arena on Monday the 28th of August. I believe that Coventry City are not playing that day, so if you're a Sky Blues fan, if you're a Red and Greens fan, or just a fan of local sports, or if you're a Worcester fan, come along to the Butts Park Arena. That's on the Monday 28th of August. It's a bank holiday. What more could you want for a bank holiday than a nice game of football? You just can't beat it. You cannot beat it. We are just 6 minutes away from kickoff here at the Loughborough University Stadium, but we are not the only match happening around the country tonight. No, we are not. We've got some matches in the Europa League. The Champions League, I should say. It's because Liverpool were in it. I haven't seen them in the Champions League for quite a while. But the UEFA Champions League qualification round is taking place tonight. Liverpool are in action now away at Hoffenheim, the former club of their star striker, of course, in Roberto Firmino. Other matches of importance in that draw are Young Boys versus CSK Moscow, Sporting Lisbon against Steaua Bucharest as well. So we wish the very best of luck, especially to Liverpool, as they attempt to get into the group stage, and they really could do getting in the group stage to hold on to one of their prized assets in Philippe Coutinho. In the Championship, Barnsley will be taking on Nottingham Forest. Birmingham City host Bolton. Brentford will be taking on Bristol City. Cardiff have got Sheffield United. Derby host Preston North End. Hull City against Wolverhampton Wanderers. The real jump starters in the Championship in Wolves. Leeds United against Fulham. That should be a nice little cracker there. Middlesbrough against Burton Albion. Millwall will take on Ipswich. And Reading versus Aston Villa. There are a couple of matches in the Checker Trade Trophy as well, held by who other than the Sky Blues of Coventry City. But they're not in action tonight, unfortunately. The Checker Trade Trophy matches are as follows. It's currently 0-0 between Plymouth Argyle and Chelsea under-21s, and also it's scoreless between Rotherham and Manchester City under-21s. That's because their games are only 15 minutes old, so that's why they're still scoreless. The matches between Cheltenham and Swansea under-21s, Luton and Spurs under-21s, Notts County and Everton's under-21s, and Swindon Town and West Ham United under-21s. They all kick off at 7:45, just like us here at Loughborough University Stadium. Now, see if we've got any more matches in the Midland League tonight. Yes, we have. Boldmere St Michael's will be hosting Quorn at the Trevor Brown Memorial Stadium. Hoomans will be taking on Westfields. Keener Town have got Roaster. Highgate against Swarting Kelso. Loughborough against Coventry. Rugby Town against Long Eaton. Stourport against Lytown, and Worcester against AFC Wolfrunians. And onto the pitch here at the Loughborough University Stadium come the two sides of Loughborough University, Loughborough Students and Coventry United. It's time to get things started in Loughborough. It's live coverage of Loughborough Students versus Coventry United right here on CUTV with Liam Cook. Let's take you through a run through once again of the starting lineups here on CUTV, starting with Loughborough Students. In goal for the Students, number 1, James Stallen. Number 2, Oliver Davis. 3, Alex Dinsmore. 4, Jacob Crowd. 5, Charlie Lewis. 6, Luke Moran. 7, Joe Bocci. 8, James Daly. 9, Cameron Gordon. Number 10, Mark Bardsley Rowe. And number 11, Tobias Aramolaran. It's going to be a hard old name to pronounce that one. I'm not looking forward to pronouncing that throughout the game. And on the bench, Alex Johnson is number 12. Number 14, Thomas Simeonzuk. Again, probably pronounced that awfully. 15, Harry Lark. 16, Don Bolton. And 17, Jake King. For Coventry United today, number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2, Jeff Woodward. 3, Lewis Hudson. 4, Gift Musa. 5, Kyle Barnett. 6, Jamie Coleman. Number 7, Lewis Rankin. 8, Chris Cox. Number 9, Mitch Piggin. 10, Craig Reed. And 11 is Josh O'Grady. And on the bench for the Red and Greens, number 12, Dominic Elaney. 13, Ashmel Horter. 14, Tommy Glasgow. 15, Rob Prinzel. And number 16, Courtney Cameron. So those are today's starting lineups as we are about to get underway for the first night match of the season. Live coverage of Loughborough Students versus Coventry United here on CUTV. Of course, we do ask that you hit the like button on YouTube to let us know that you are enjoying the coverage. Leave a comment below, subscribe to CUTV on YouTube for more exclusive football content, and of course you can follow us on Twitter at CovUnitedTV. And you can also get in touch with us regarding our man of the match. We'll be naming our man of the match 10 minutes before the end.
Stadium, home of Loughborough Students football for the opening home game of the Midland Football League season. I'd like to welcome Coventry United to our ground tonight. Teams for tonight, for Loughborough University, number 1 in goal, James Stallen. Number 2, Oliver Davis. 3, Alex Dinsmore.
You'll be able to hear the stadium announcer giving you another run through of the starting lineup, so we'll hand over to him.
7, Joe Bocci. 8, James Daly. 9, Cameron Gordon. 10, Max Bardsley Rowe. And 11, Tobias Aramolaran.
See, even the stadium announcer is struggling with that name, so I'm not the only one.
In goal number 1, Richard Morris. 2, Jeff Woodward. 3, Lewis Hudson. 4,
it's Aramolaran. That's how it is, Aramolaran. It does actually start off the tongue a little bit easier when you say it a couple of times. Well, Coventry United are in their changed shirt. They did bring their red shirt and the green shorts and socks, but they've decided that the purple and pink on the Loughborough Students kit clashes too much with the red of Coventry United, so they are wearing their changed white strips, which luckily our club secretary Graham Wood brought with him anyway, so that's helped us a little bit in that aspect as the game officially kicks off. So United in their changed white shirts with green shorts and socks, Loughborough Students in their beautiful purple and pink kits. Got one of the best grounds in the league, probably one of the best kits in the league as well. They don't think it's the right way here at Loughborough.
White, green and green kicking tools, the Hollywell Fitness Centre and Loughborough all in favours purple.
Coventry United have earned themselves a throw-in level with the Loughborough penalty area. An early opportunity for the Red and Greens. Of course, they scored within 2 minutes of the new season starting.
Enjoy the first half.
When Craig Reed smashed one in inside the first 2 minutes. They would love to get off the score, off the mark I should say, early on once again. And shining that ball up is Jamie Coleman as he attempts one of his signature long throws. Coleman hoots it in towards the head of Woodward, as towards Craig Reed. He couldn't bring it down. It's still alive now with Cox. O'Grady couldn't get the touch on the ball on the edge of the penalty area, and that will go out now for a Coventry United throw as Oliver Davis of Loughborough races to keep the ball in just in front of his home dugout. Wasn't able to do so though, and Lewis Hudson will now take the throw in for Coventry United. There's a 1-2 with O'Grady. Hudson puts it through the legs of Aramolaran, but a side challenge from Lewis Hudson on Oliver Davis results in a free kick for Loughborough Students. And we've got to take our hats off to the Coventry United fans who have made a short trip from Coventry to Loughborough this evening for today's match. Brilliant support, as always, from the Red and Green Army. Of course, if you are listening from elsewhere tonight, then don't forget to let us know on Twitter at CovUnitedTV. We'll give you a shout out, and we'll probably belittle you a little bit as well for missing the game, but that's all in good fun. Piggin puts it through for O'Grady. Can't quite control it, but a side challenge from behind. But the centre-back, Luke Moran, is not appreciated by the Coventry United supporters, but he did seem to get the ball. So Loughborough will continue. Long ball forward. Coleman up in the air with Gordon. And it's come off the head of Gordon last. So Coventry United will get the throw in front of Terry Hansen's dugout. I'm sure Hansen will be very happy with the way his side started the league campaign on Saturday. The 4-2 win at Bournemouth St Michael's. He must be pleased because he's named an unchanged starting lineup. Not very often that we can say that. Aaron Malaren sprinting down the right-hand side, trying to put it through for the number 10, Max Bardsley-Rowe. And United are able to hoof that one out of danger. Well, out the immediate danger, I should say. It's out for a throw-in right in the corner. So the danger is about to rear its head once again. And going over to take it is going to be Oliver Davis. A few options presenting themselves, including Aaron Malaren and James Daly. And that will be a corner kick to Loughborough students as the number 9 Cameron Gordon battles for the ball with Josh O'Grady. It comes off the leg of O'Grady. It's going to be Daly to take the corner kick on this right-hand side. Only opportunity for Loughborough. Short corner taken. Coleman barges in and puts it out of play for a throw. Not the best of corner routines for Loughborough. They'll look to get themselves back on the front foot with Moran. Down the right-hand side, crossing opportunity for Loughborough students. An easy catch for Rich Morris. As Daly's cross was not causing any problems for the Red and Greens, who are actually the Whites and Greens today. They were intending to wear their red home shirts with the green shorts and socks. But the red shirts clash too much with the purple and pink of Loughborough. And luckily, United had brought the white away kits just in case. Musa wins the ball back in the defensive area. Josh O'Grady down the left-hand side for Mitch Piggin, and a crucial sign challenge by Oliver Davis. In fact, no, that was Charlie Lewis who slid in and stops the attack for now. But O'Grady plays a 1-2 with Rankin, tries to play it back to Rankin, easily intercepted by Luke Moran. Loughborough play it away. Barnett can only head it as far as Gordon. Moran switches it to the left-hand side where Joe Bochy is waiting. Bochy, and plays it through, and in on goal now is Max Bardsley-Rowe. Can he get the ball across the area? He didn't need to. There's a good save by Rich Morris. Well, if he decided to square it to Cameron Gordon, it would have been a simple tap-in for the number 9. He decided to go for glory himself, and Morris did well to keep it out at his near post, but it will result in a corner kick for the students. So roughly 5 minutes gone here at the Loughborough University Stadium. It still remains Loughborough students 0, Coventry United 0, and Loughborough with the first attack on goal. It's going to be a corner swung in from the left-hand side of the penalty area. Near post, swing and a miss by Craig Reed, and it'll go out for another corner. United keeping just the one man forward in Lewis Rankin. He's not the tallest of players, so you can understand why he's not being utilised in his own defensive area. It's going to be Daly again to take this set piece. There it goes towards Bochy, and it's caught well by Rich Morris. Morris, of course, was taken off injured during the victory against Boldmere. Ashmel Horts had to play the final 20 minutes. He's fit and raring to go. We're not sure what the injury was. We'll have to try and get some info from Terence a little bit later on, but we do know that Morris is okay. And he's still sporting that headband. Here's Kyle Barnett for Coventry United. Now it's with Jeff Woodward. Back to Barnett. Looking for putting them under a little bit of pressure here. Now Morris has got to get this one out of his box pretty sharpish, and he does so. Woodward attempts to keep it in, which he fails to do. And Loughborough not taking their foot off the gas here. Here's Bochi sprinting towards the area. He's got an option towards his left. A good challenge made by Chris Cox, the United skipper. Rankin only as far as Dinsmore, the students' captain. Long ball towards the right-hand side for Oliver Davis, but he can't control it under the pressure of Josh O'Grady. It goes out for a Coventry United throw. Looking to get their first competitive victory of the season after an FA Cup defeat and a 3-0 loss at Kozel on Saturday. Kozel, of course, top of the league after 2 victories in a row. South Normanton Athletic are the only team to play twice and lose both. They're at the bottom of the table. But United currently, well, they've got 1 win out of 1. I don't think you can get much better than that, can you? Rowe. Forced towards the right-hand side of the area by Chris Cox. Now it's with Davis. He's off to Moran. An opportunity to get it in now by Aaron Malloran. I'm still struggling to get that name out of my mouth. Hudson does well to barge into Aaron Malloran and force him out of play for a Coventry United goal kick. So Morris to take this goal kick, pushing his players forward. United yet to have their first meaningful attack of the match, and that's a poor kick from Rich Morris, goes straight out of play. And Loughborough will build from the back. It's played back to their goalkeeper, James Stallen. And the shot stopper for the previous campaign, Conor O'Keefe, was our man of the match in both matches against Loughborough students. But he's not in the team today. I can only assume that he's not going to be with the students going forward. Hudson does well to take it away from Aaron Malloran. But Coleman was complacent there and took too much time. Aaron Malloran wins it back, but Cox gets stuck in and wins it back. Dodges the challenge and keeps on going. Cox slides in and the ball is still alive with Lewis Rankin. Reed's making the run, as is Piggin on the left-hand side. Reed holds it up and puts it through. Rankin, he's onside. Lewis Rankin, there you go. 1-0. Lewis Rankin, his first competitive goal for the Red and Greens. Counter-attacking football at its best. Loughborough students 0, Coventry United 1. And Lewis Rankin introduces himself to the Red and Green Army with a goal in his 3rd competitive outing.
Lewis Rankin for Coventry United opens the score to Coventry United.
Former Sky Blues youngster was highly impressive during pre-season. This is the first time he's found the back of the net in a competitive match. And I dare say it will not be the last.
That has been scored in the 10th minute.
Now Loughborough students kick things off, and it just shows you the clinical nature of Coventry United's new Coventry United side. Their first attack, their first shot and their first goal. It can't get much better than that. It was very much the same against Boldmere St Michael's. Their first shot within the first 2 minutes, and there you go, it was 1-0.
Dom, Cole got training, he can hear us.
Morris with the goal kick towards the left-hand side. Piggin jumps for it, but he'll try and get there at the second attempt. It's still in the air with Lewis Hudson. O'Grady brings it down. Reed wants it. O'Grady couldn't put his boot up that high. I thought it would have been a high boot. Handball surely against Aaron Malloran. Well, the linesman flagged for it, but the referee has not responded. But United still have the ball with Rankin. He'll shoot, deflected, and out for a corner. Lewis Rankin looks inspired for it.
United! United!
And it will be Rankin to take this corner kick on the left-hand side. The Red and Greens looking to double their money in the 12th minute. And Cox, that'll be a goal kick over the crossbar. So the score after 12 minutes here at the Loughborough University Stadium, Loughborough Students 0, Coventry United 1. Lewis Rankin with the opening goal after 10 minutes. Stallon's goal kick towards the left-hand side for Alex Dinsmore. Bochi. And good pressure there by Jeff Woodward to force Bochi over the boundary line. And that will be a throw to the Red and Greens. Don't forget you can find exclusive video highlights of this match on our YouTube channel tomorrow morning. That's youtube.com/Coventry United TV. So look for those when you wake up in the morning. They will be there. Musa slides in and wins the ball back in midfield for Coventry United, but they can't get to the follow-up. Hudson makes the interception as a long ball is played forward. Now it's with Cox. Josh O'Grady. Long ball towards the right-hand side for Craig Reed. Couldn't get there. Dinsmore nods it forward towards Bochi, but Woodward gets there first. Towards the right-hand side for Reed. He won't get there, and Loughborough will have the throw. Roughly 10 yards away from their penalty area, and now they've got to get this ball out of danger. You know, he's not pressing them too much. Long ball for Aaron Malaren. Only as far as Coleman. Now with O'Grady. Hudson. O'Grady. He's got Musa behind him, but plays it back to Hudson. Now Coleman. Chips it over Aaron Malaren to the other number 11 in Josh O'Grady. Now with Cox. Rankin making the run. Let's play towards the right-hand side to Jeff Woodward, who has started United's first choice right back despite the signing of Brad Jones. Cox. Woodward. Crossing opportunity. Jeff Woodward towards Piggin and turn it away. O'Grady forced down from behind, but United still with the ball. Chris Cox, now Piggin, overlapped by Cox, but he couldn't find him. Rankin, it's in towards Cox, in the area. Can he put a cross goal? Yes, he can. Craig Reed, blocked to the line. Piggin brings it down. Is that a penalty? No, it isn't. Piggin forced down. Piggin forced down by Luke Moran. The referee doesn't want to know, and Coventry United really should have got a second there.
Dom!
No, but Reed couldn't get a proper contact on the ball. Piggin tried to bring it down, was shrugged to the ground by Luke Moran. As the ball was fired into the main stand just next to us at the Loughborough University Stadium. And there will be a throw-in now to Coventry United. Hudson looking for the option as we prepare to get ourselves back underway after 15 minutes at the Loughborough University Stadium. So far so good for the Red and Greens. Coventry United leading by 1-0. Hudson plays it short to O'Grady, flicked up and brought back down by Hudson. It's Aaron Malaren able to win it back, and Coleman goes in and his knee makes contact with the sternum of Cameron Gordon. Quick free kick taken. Moran over for Dinsmore, intercepted by Rankin, but no one can get to the follow-up. Bochi. Moran. Now Charlie Lewis. Daly wants it, but it's towards Gordon. Headed up rather than that by Coleman. If Gordon can bring it down, it can be a real opportunity. Gordon! And it's caught by Rich Morris. Dangerous moment for Coventry United. The top scorer from last season, Cameron Gordon, with a decent opportunity. Piggin nods it on for Craig Reed, but it will go only as far as the advertising boards, and that will be a throw to Loughborough, deep into their own territory. Lewis. That's a poor pass, and Cox has won it back. Piggin, can he put it across? No, he's offside. He's offside. Well, Cox was telling Piggin to leave it. Oh, it's been given as a goal kick, sorry. It looked to me, well, Piggin was off. He looked in an offside position to me. That's why he was leaving it for Cox. Musa intercepts in the midfield. O'Grady, back to Musa. Had a strong outing against Boldmere. Craig Reed, will he try one from range? He will, but it's not the best of efforts. It trickles past the goal And out for a goal kick. Reid, of course, opening his red and green accounts within 2 minutes of his debut, or league debut, I should say, on Saturday against Bodmin St Michael's. And a player of his calibre coming straight down from EFL League 2 side, Newport County. He really should be seeing a few goals flying to the net from Craig Reid this season. Mitch Piggin as well, the man they're calling tap-in at Coventry United because of his goal-poaching abilities. Bochi puts it through, looking for Max Bardsley Rowe, and a crucial challenge made by Kyle Barnett allows Lewis Hudson to get onto the loose ball, but there's a Coventry United man down. That is Jamie Coleman in the centre circle, and the trainer has been called over. United do have a couple of defensive options in Dominic Alaney and Rob Prinzel. Of course, we do hope that they are not needed. Let's try and get you some latest scores now from around the grounds. Let's start off with the Champions League. Apoel Nicosia are beating Slavia Prague by 2-0. Apart from that, there's no goals in the qualifying stage. But there is a final score as FC Copenhagen are beaten 1-0 by Quarabag. In the Championship, Barnsley are beating Nottingham Forest by 1-0. It's 0-0 between Birmingham and Bolton. Bristol City are beating Brentford 1-0 at Griffin Park. It's scoreless between Cardiff and Sheffield United, as it is with Derby and Preston. Hull City 0, Wolves 1, Leeds United 0, Fulham 0, Middlesbrough 0, Burton 0, Millwall 1, Ipswich 1, and Reading 0, Aston Villa 0, as the stadium announcer welcomes the Chinese football coaches to the Loughborough University Stadium. We see them to the left of us. And let's get a final update from the Checkatrade Trophy. I'm saying there's only one goal in the Checkatrade Trophy, and it's gone to West Ham United, one of the sides that Coventry City beat on their road to Wembley last season. They're leading 1-0 at Swindon Town, which incidentally is where we will be going on Sunday for our first Coventry United Ladies League game of the season. You can catch live coverage of Swindon Town versus Coventry United Ladies this Sunday from 1:40 p.m. on CUTV. It's going to be a big day, not only for the club but also for the show. A lot of expectation on both the men's and the women's side after the amount of money and facilities put into Coventry United. The new ground at the Butts Park Arena, the new training facilities at Cryfield at Warwick University, a lot of new talent coming in, new coaches. A lot of effort's being put into this season. Coventry United will want to make sure they have the best possible opportunity of success with both the men's and the women's sides. Lewis Hudson has a throw just in front of the Loughborough dugout. The newly formatted dugout, I should say. They've just got new covering for the dugouts, new seating as well. You see the old dugouts out in the parking lot. Throwing taken. Piggin holds off the defender well, but he can't hold him off forever. And Oliver Davis will come away with the ball. The run is being made down the right-hand side by Cameron Gordon. He's got Bardsley Rowe with him as well, who's making himself available in the penalty area. It's Gordon. Now Bardsley Rowe, contact made. The post at the far post hits the post. The woodwork is on and separates Loughborough Students from an equaliser, and Bochi knows it. And I think he's hurt himself in the process as well. The Coventry United using their get out of jail free card there. It's the only explanation you can find for Loughborough not being level. Well, for the position that Max Bardsley Rowe was, he really should have been putting that one away. And then the follow-up attempt from Joe Bochi was a lot harder. The angle wasn't easy. But the post separates Loughborough from a 1-1 scoreline. But it remains at 1-0 to the Red and Greens of Coventry United after 20 minutes. Morris gets us underway once again, now with Kyle Barnett of Coventry United. Looking for an option. Musa makes himself available, but it's only as far as Jeff Woodward. It's Barnett again. Barnett. Now Rankin playing a little bit deeper than usual. Barnett. You know, they aren't going anywhere fast here. Morris plays it across to Coleman towards the left-hand side of his penalty area. Coleman into the centre now with Reid. Rankin is making the run forward, but it's across to Jeff Woodward on the right-hand side. Reid, Piggin and O'Grady in the air towards Piggin. Glancing header, but a good catch by James Sallin at the far post. Simple goalkeeping, but goalkeeping that has to be done. Quick throw now to Davis. Davis forward to Cameron Gordon. Poor control, allows Chris Cox to get his head in it towards Piggin. Piggin able to find Lewis. Rankin, that ball's a little bit too powerful, goes out for a goal kick. He was trying to put Mitch Piggin through on goal. And it will result in a Loughborough goal kick. Lewis Rankin opened the scoring for Coventry United in the 10th minute of this game. His first competitive score for the Red and Green since his move from Rugby Town. Also spent time with Coventry Spinks and with Coventry City, of course. Reed, Rankin, overlapped by Jeff Woodward. He wasn't used. Musa, a long-time United servant, of course. Rankin jumps a starting challenge. United appealing for a free kick. It's not given, but the long ball forward from the back goes only as far as United shot stopper Rich Morris, who takes his time in grabbing onto the ball. Little fake throw, catches out Max Bardsley Rowe. It's now with Jeff Woodward, who punts it down the right-hand side. Dinsmore intercepts it for Loughborough now with Joe Bochy. Trying to trick his way past Jeff Woodward. He got the ball past Woodward, but he couldn't get past himself. And the referee is blowing up for a free kick to Loughborough students. Well, Rankin is appealing the decision, and Rankin's not going to do himself any favours there as Loughborough try and take the free kick. Rankin a couple of yards away from it. The free kick goes straight into his legs, but no punishment from the referee, not even a talking to, and Loughborough will get us underway once again. They play it back into their defensive zone. But a poor pass from Charlie Lewis allows Coventry United to break forward. Rankin on the right-hand side, several options in the area, and one of them is Chris Cox! He couldn't find the net. He's put it over the crossbar from just a couple of yards out. But he had to stretch to get to that one. It will be a goal kick now to be taken by James Stallen. It wasn't an easy attempt for Cox to make. And it remains at 1-0 to the Red and Greens, who could go joint top of the table with Coleshill tonight if they hang on to this advantage. Davis tries to pry his way out of danger, as with Moran. Daly wanted it, but it's played to Oliver Davis once again. He's played himself into trouble here, and the pass towards Aaron Malloran was well intercepted by Hudson, but Loughborough have it back again with Gordon. Moran. Cox as well to barge his way into Moran and win it back for the Red and Greens. Loughborough calling for a foul. The referee doesn't want to know. Lovely ball over to Craig Reed if he can bring it down. It's a real opportunity. He does bring it down. It's a good challenge made by, I believe that was, I think that was Jacob Crowd. And he'll put that out for a corner to Coventry United towards the right-hand side. 25 minutes gone. And Loughborough have certainly had their chances. They could well be level. But as it stands, United retain this one goal advantage. Rankin with the corner. Some serious goal threats in the box, but none of them are found. It's easily headed away. But United have the ball once again in the midfield with Cox. Puts it on the right for Rankin once again. He's closed down by Dinsmore, but still gets the crossway for Craig Reed. Parried away. Piggin! Tap in, does it again! Mitch Piggin with his second goal in 2 matches. And, well, you can see why they call him Tap in now. Craig Reed does well to get another away. Brilliantly saved by James Stallen, but there is Tap in. Mitch Piggin at the far post too. Well, Tap it in. Loughborough students 0, Coventry United 2. The Red and Greens in a commanding position now. They've had limited opportunities, but the ones that they've had, they have taken, and that's exactly what they lacked last season. They had created the chances, they couldn't put them away. This season, they've had 2 proper opportunities on goal, and they've scored both of them. And now Loughborough have got a job now. Has to get back into this one. Here's Bochy, tries to break down the left-hand side. is able to hold off Gift Musa and holds it up well. Looking for Aaron Malaren. He couldn't get the pass away and continues on his own. It's Bochi still going, tries to find Cameron Gordon, but it's intercepted by a United defender. And Cox nods it towards Musa, who will get this one away. Long ball forward looking for Reed. He couldn't do anything with it. And now Loughborough University with the ball again. Moran plays it forward for Bardsley Rowe. Tries to control it, but he can't keep it in play. And it will be a throw to Coventry United, level with their own penalty area. Josh O'Grady plays it across to Barnett, and United can breathe a sigh of relief now. They've got a bit of space to work with. Barnett across to Woodward, signed from Biggles Wade this summer. Lovely through ball for Craig Reed. He gets onto it. Can he get the cross away? It's Reed. Piggon's in there. He couldn't find Piggon. Didn't want to get his head on the cross. Daly onto the left-hand side to Bochi, who, despite miscontrolling it, managed to keep it in. Daly plays it back to Moran. Aaron Malaren now with Gordon. Tries to put it through for Bardsley Rowe. Poor control, flicks it onto the back heel of Bardsley Rowe. Now allows United to play it back to Morris in goal. Morris looking for options, saying, where are you? Where are the options? He's got Coleman to his left, and he's got Barnett to his right, but there are two Loughborough strikers in the vicinity. Plays it forward towards Piggon. Bounces it forward towards Craig Reed. Intercepted well by Jacob Crowd. Booted forward from the defender. Gordon, challenge made by Lewis Hudson, and that allows Jamie Coleman onto it. Musa, Woodward, plays it back to Morris. Blasted away by the man they call England's #1 in Coventry. Brought down to earth by O'Grady. Now with Hudson. Piggon does well to hold off the defender. Josh O'Grady. Piggon. Looking for O'Grady again. Puts it over Davis. But Davis will get there first. It's hooked away by Charlie Lewis out for another United throw. United certainly look like credible title contenders this season.
Go on, United!
Coleman will give the ball to Lewis Hudson, who will take the throw to Piggon. He's being held, but the ball won't get to him, and Aaron Malaren fires it into the stand. And it'll be another throw for United. 1-2 with O'Grady. Hudson, now Piggon, holds it up well. Back to O'Grady, we'll look for the cross. Spins away from Aaron Malaren. Now Lewis Hudson. Good challenge made by Oliver Davis, and it will be another United throw. This will be a couple of yards further up. And now on standby with that jet-propelled throw is Jamie Coleman. Shines that ball up nice and gets ready to send it into orbit. And hopefully land it in the penalty area. There it goes, towards the near post. Piggon can't get his head to it, and it's headed out of play for a United throw. Sorry, United corner, I should say, by Charlie Lewis. Half an hour played at the Loughborough University Stadium. Loughborough students 0, Coventry United 2. Goals by summer signings Lewis Rankin and Mitch Piggon. And we could well be seeing a third here. I can get this set piece right. Rankin towards Kyle Barnett. He got his head to it, but couldn't divert it towards the box. Now Rankin, can he get it in once again? He can. Near post. Mitch Piggon controls. Can he shoot? No, he can't. He's being held by Lewis. And the worst shouts by Piggon towards the referee, but I don't think the referee could have given that one. Dinsmore kicked it in. No, he doesn't. He stretched himself to try and keep the ball in on the left-hand side, but it drifted over the white line, just as it looked so promising for Loughborough with the breakaway. Woodward will take the throw. We'll take you through the half-time scores here on CUTV after our half-time break. Of course, for the away matches, we have to use a second battery for the second half. So we will be taking a short break at half-time to swap over the battery to ensure we can bring the second half of this match in its entirety. But of course, the home matches this season, we do have a power outlet, so we will not be taking breaks for the home matches. Loughborough will throw inside their own half now after a failed attempt to break down the right-hand side by Coventry United. Dinsmore.
Wider, mate. Wider.
Now Moran. Brings it back into defence with Charlie Lewis. Sprints forward and tries to play it down the right-hand side for Davis. Cut out by Hudson. Blasts it back where it came from. And Piggin may get onto that one. It's offside. It's offside against Mitch Piggin. And Piggin is still on the floor. There may be a clash between Piggin and Lewis as both men are still on the floor.
Come turn again. Oh, no, turn away then. No. He's actually made it quite yeah, that's right.
So I was just taking a photo of one of my adoring fans.
I wouldn't get adoring.
He was going to use the photo for his dartboard. As the ball was put through the Coventry United back line, easily gathered by Rich Morris. I'll get you a better one at half time. Morris blasts it away. Looking for Mitch Piggin. Nods it on. Reed stumbles and can't get onto it, but Piggin once again tries to find Reed. Once again, Reed wasn't ready for it. Crowd. Long ball towards the right side, looking for Cameron Gordon, but Hudson does well to intercept and control. Now he sprints forward. Piggin lets it go through his legs, hoping that Reed was there, and he wasn't. Daly, Aaron Malaren. The space on the left-hand side for Alex Dinsmore, and Moran does well to find him. It's brought down to earth by Dinsmore. Bochy, can he get the ball in from the left-hand side? Yes, he can, but there's no one there. It's too high for Gordon, but it will be picked up on the right flank by Oliver Davis. Aaron Malone lets it run for Daly. Crowd. Try to find Daly, it's cut out well by Musa. Now it's with Luke Moran. Bartley Road tries one on his own. It flies over the crossbar, flows over the wall and out of the grounds into the tree line behind the stadium. It may have worked if he was playing for Leicester Tigers, but for Loughborough it's not quite going to work. And Morris will take the goal kick as we head up to the 35th minute, I should say. 35 minutes gone. Goal kick taken. Piggin nods it on. Only as far as Moran. Bardsley Rowe gets his head in it and keeps it in. Despite the best efforts of Jamie Coleman across the face of goal, but well controlled by Barnett at the near post. But Dinsmore keeps it alive, puts it into the area. Side challenge from Jeff Woodward as several United players missed the ball, going straight into the heart of the defence. Rankin barges into Dinsmore, doesn't take him out, and Dinsmore will keep the ball on the left-hand side. Two United players blocking his path, but it's now a Bochy further down line. Cross block with the backside of Lewis Rankin. But Loughborough with the ball once again on the halfway line. It's Bochy once again. Turns out of a challenge from Rankin. But once again, Woodward in there to pick up the pieces and blast it towards Sallon in the Loughborough goal. Stroud looking for a long ball, and he may well find Gordon. He won't. It's cut out by Barnett. Rankin does want to volley it towards Cox. Takes it around the referee, and that, unfortunately for Cox, means that he loses out to Bardsley Rowe. But a good challenge from Josh O'Grady means that Cox has a fighting chance of winning it back, and he does win it back. But a sliced kick by Rich Morris, which tries to back into trouble, but Chris Cox able to volley it clear. Piggin's being held. Piggin is clearly being held by Charlie Lewis, but Piggin is away into the area. It's Mitch Piggin again across the face of goal, and it's Craig Reed for free! Well, he spoke to Craig Reed in pre-season. He said that he'll set him up and Piggin will put him away. Well, this time it was Piggin's shot, which looked to be going wide, but Craig Reed finished it. Well, Piggin will say it was a pass, but it's an assist nonetheless, and it's a goal for Craig Reed. Much like Piggin's goal, it's not the highest finish in the world, but it's a finish that had to be made, and Coventry United are firmly in control, as we've still got around 8 minutes before the break. Loughborough students 0, Coventry United 3. So in the 37th minute, you can probably say that the 3 points are coming back down the M1 to Coventry. And a poor pass allows Josh O'Grady to put it through for Piggin. Nearly stretched far enough to tap it towards Craig Reed, who was making a run through the heart of the Loughborough defence. But Loughborough got there first and put it out for a Coventry United throw. Well, United have been clinical. Loughborough have had their fair share of opportunities in this match, probably more than United have. That clinical nature that United have been lacking over the last 12 months, they've certainly found it. Ranked into the area, but it's cleared only as far as Musa. Piggin once again, he's got Hudson in support, plays it back to Musa. Give Musa. Forcer, play it back to Jeff Woodward in defence now with Kyle Barnett. Woodward's there again, but it's played across to the left-hand side to Jamie Coleman. Spins out of a challenge from Bardsley Row and finds Woodward once again on the right-hand side. As half-time approaches, United looking very good. And they really should be winning this match as it stands. Ball down the right-hand side. Reed will get there first as Cox makes himself available in the box. Rankin. Will he get it in? Cross made towards the far post. O'Grady's there, and it needed a touch by Stallen to take it over the crossbar. I don't think O'Grady was going to get there, but it may have been dipping underneath the woodwork. And what a sensational strike that would have been from Rankin, but it has gone out for a corner. Which O'Grady will take on this near side. It's easily nodded away, but only as far as Musa. Woodward. Barnett tries to play it back to the goalkeeper. And Barnsley Rowe's got there first and takes it around Rich Morris. What on earth are United doing here? Now to Barnsley Rowe. Morris slides, can't get there. It's still the Barnsley Rowe. It's still Barnsley Rowe. It's still Barnsley Rowe. And it's in. A goal of United's own making. A poor back pass. Morris comes out to try and deal with it. But you've got to give credit to Max Bardsley Rowe, who did well not only to round Morris the first time, round the second time, steady himself up and put it through a couple of United defenders who are trying in vain to keep it out. He rolls it into the net and Loughborough have hope. Well, there was no question that Coventry were at fault there. It was a simple back pass. But now United try and get themselves into a free lead again, and Piggin is pulled by Charlie Lewis, and the referee doesn't want to know. It wasn't off the ball instant. Coleman. Only as far as Aaron Malaren. Handball claims against Gordon. The referee once again is unimpressed. Laid after Daly. A second for Loughborough certainly put the cat amongst the pigeons. Davis, Daly. Gordon wants it, it's played across towards the left-hand side. Dinsmore's got a race on his hands to get there, not only before it goes out, before Rankin can get there as well. He does find Jacob Stroud. Stroud, good slide by Jeff Woodward to end the danger for now. 4.5 minutes until the break here at the Loughborough University Stadium. Loughborough students 1, Coventry United 3. James Stallen between the sticks for Loughborough. Dinsmore. Strides forward, unopposed. Bochi. And that's offside against Dinsmore, who made the run down the left-hand side. And the ball was going to find him despite the best efforts of Jeff Woodward. But the move comes to an end nonetheless. Again, we'll be taking a short break here on CUTV at half-time to swap over the laptop battery to ensure we can bring you the second half of this match in its entirety. So look for the new match thread on the CUTV YouTube channel. Reed, past the last defender, takes it around the goalkeeper, lays it off for Lewis. Rankin puts it wide of the near post. Reed forced wide. Held up play well, set up Rankin, but Rankin couldn't divert it into the net. It would have been a second goal of the game, of course, but the accuracy wasn't quite there. Lewis plays it back to Stroud, to Stalin, I should say, in goal. Across to Jacob Crowd. Strides forward. It's like a Sunday morning jog for him. No one's even challenging him. Dunsmore. Poor touch from Cameron Gordon, and United will regain possession. Cox sprints forward, takes it around Moran, hoping that a teammate would be there. They would, but a star challenge from O'Grady on Moran brings it back to United. Rankin, Reed wants it out wide, puts it through. Craig Reed, he's offside anyway. But Jacob Crowd got his foot to it first and ended the attempted passage of play. Two and a half minutes until the break at the Loughborough University Stadium. Moran across to Jacob Crowd. Loughborough seemingly favouring a wing-back formation at the moment. Dinsmore tries to put it down the left wing, and the referee has called it back for a foul. I believe that was Cameron Gordon who went to ground. Loughborough starts immediately, but Dinsmore can't keep the ball in on the left-hand side. Loughborough trying to play to the limits on the wings, and it is costing them. Getting too close to those white lines. It will be a mainly positive team talk from Terry Anson, I'm sure, at half-time, but that's that error from Coventry United, the poor back pass, which resulted in Max Bardsley-Rowe's goal, will certainly not be a positive moment for the Red and Greens, but they are firmly in control, and you wouldn't bet against them adding to the scoreline in the second half, especially with passing like that from Moran, which allows O'Grady onto the ball, out wide to Lewis Rankin. Rankin, O'Grady tries to pal it over to Gift Musa, it didn't work, then the ball down the right hand side, Coleman has to race to stop Bardsley-Rowe in there, and he does with a great side challenge. Bardsley-Rowe keeps it alive, however. Daly.
Go on, United!
Moran across to Stroud, who's breaking forward from the back. Loughborough pushing everyone forward for this final attack. It's not the best of crosses, it goes over Aaron Malaren. Hudson clears for now. O'Grady brings it down and does well to put it out of play off Max Bardsley-Rowe for a Coventry United throw-in as the clock ticks towards the half-time whistle. 15 seconds of normal time to go. There will be a little bit of added time, I would assume. Well, that short stoppage as Jamie Coleman lay injured in the centre circle. To poor throw, Mitch Piggin couldn't get onto it, and now Loughborough looking to break forward for one last chance before the half-time whistle. Bochi. Now Daly. Davis is free on the right-hand side. Dinsmore to Bochi. Still going Bochi. Chips it over for Dinsmore, and it's only going to go as far as Rich Morris. And poor control from Morris nearly lets it go out for a corner kick. And he's managed to steady himself, and Morris waiting a little bit of time. As the referee checks his watch, he's got his whistle in his hand. We are into added time now. Morris's kick towards Rankin. Rankin gets his head onto it, but the direction wasn't there, and Moran wins it back. Dinsmore out wide to Bochi, won't keep that one in. And the referee calls time on an exciting first half. Maybe full Boldmere was a great start to the season. In terms of an entertainment value, this has been just as good. Coventry United looking good for their lead, and really they've only invited Loughborough back into the game due to a silly error, which is capitalised on by Max Bardsley-Rowe. However, goals from Lewis Rankin, Mitch Piggin and Craig Reed put the Red and Greens in control of the Loughborough University Stadium. The half-time score is Loughborough 1, Coventry 3.
Rooms open at half time.
Well, we'll take a short break now here on CUTV as we swap over the laptop battery to ensure we can get you the second half of this match live and uninterrupted. So we'll be taking a 5-minute break here on CUTV. Do not go away, we'll be back very shortly.
Most of the other teams in the league are involved, and I believe most unfortunately are after losing to Staveley.